I want to welcome you. My name is Ameen Akbar. I'm the Chief Mission Officer here at Philadelphia Youth Basketball. Welcome to the Six Man Center, powered by Philadelphia Youth Basketball. It is an honor to be in conversation with our friend, our good brother, Councilman Curtis Jones. Welcome, Councilman. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure. It's a pleasure to be here in the 4th Councilmatic District.
I was definitely going to say
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Can you tell us a little bit about like the Shooting Hoops event that you have going on today? Describe it a little bit and why it's important for the city of Philadelphia.
So I kind of got the idea from you.
Okay.
I'm not going to plagiarize.
Okay.
But what we saw when we visited your program was basketball was the bait.
Sure.
You got them in there because they heard the baskets and they wanted to shoot and they wanted to, exercise and learn a little bit of basketball. But once you got them there, you taught them things that they didn't know they didn't know.
Yeah, for sure. Like
financial literacy, conflict resolution, how to improve your scholastic performance, because that's related. If you have big hoop dreams, better have big book skills.
Yeah, for sure.
And putting those things together, I said, this is more than just a basketball program. This is a attraction to better their lives. And so with this, in my own way, we were able to pull together some sponsors and say that we want to do and work with the PALs from around the city. The PALs are a good idea and often good program, but they're more challenged to find more kids these days. I don't know what's going on in some of our homes that they'd rather do this than do that. And so we said, no, you're going to break a sweat. And we scraped up some money for some nice trophies. Nice. You'd be surprised what a kid will do for a little piece of tin.
Yeah, for sure.
Called a medal.
Yeah.
And so we got them from South Philly, North Philly, West Philly, of course. And as we speak, I think the Haddington team is about to win that championship. But I wanted them to, work with the police to show that that police officer should not meet that kid on his worst day. He stole a car or he got caught in a fight. No, that's my point guard. No, I know his father. I know his brothers. He is a human being that has a story. And if you can get them to kind of know each other as human beings, at those critical points, at those high stress levels, you can determine this is not a bad kid. This is a kid having a bad day. And the only way that happens is through these types of interactions. So we want to encourage that. And we want to help the PAL energize. And we want to partner them with you and this facility, because a lot of them did not know
This was here.
that this was here. This is the kind of facility they only see in the suburb. And it's right in the inner city. It's right on in North Philly, in the 4th district though. And that they can have access to, that can make their lives better.
Yeah, that partnership is important to us. And when I walked out of there and saw some of the games, I even noticed some of our young folks that were in our camp this summer. And I think about this all of the time, like this notion of there's somebody's young person. When we take the notion of they're everybody's young person, they're all of our responsibility. Can you talk to us a little bit about like your approach in the 4th district and then also your leadership across the city that we've seen about all of our young people and why sort of sports-based youth things are important?
So you're talking like a coach. I heard you do coach speak. I'm a coach in recovery, if you would. I use track and field as my outlet, Overbrook, and you heard of us. And so what I learned was that every kid isn't blessed with a 2-parent household. And one of the things when I was a coach, I would go pick these kids up. You know how that is.
Sure.
Fastest kid on the 4x4, on the 4x1. I would take them home and something wasn't right. I was taking a kid out of the city for a relay overnight, and I wanted to do the right thing so that, they didn't think I was the creepy old man. So I come and I ask for permission. I tell them what the programs will be, and they didn't care. They were self-medicating. And what I noticed was that young person transformed from the bouncing kid that I knew and had to be an adult. I had the parent on the couch. And I'm saying, what's going on? So this track thing was their outlet to get out of their situation. And so what I hope it means is, from a coach speak, is that I'm a little bit of their parent too. So when they see other places, like, you know this, some kids don't travel 5 blocks out of their neighborhood.
Yeah, we see that a lot.
I was told by one of the kids, the only reason I come downtown is to get some sneakers or to go to court. But they'd never been to Durham, North Carolina, to a track meet, or to New Orleans for the Junior Olympic Nationals. And in one case, and this is that parenting thing, they got, the biggest deal to them was room service. Like, we can order something and it comes to the room, and all I have to do is sign for it. It meant the world to them. And why is that important? If you don't know something exists, you don't dream to have it. If you don't know a college campus exists and the fun you can have up there, you don't want that in your life. You can't see that as a goal. So as a parent, as a coach, you try to expose them like you would do your own kid. And some of the lessons are hard lessons. Like, the most talented person will find them, they're behind on the bench, right? Because they don't know how to, be good sports, and that applies to the streets. Those are lessons you learn here that you apply to the streets. And if you don't follow the rules, you will get benched. In society, you don't follow the rules, you get caught. You will get benched in jail. And so we try to teach those lessons as an extended parent.
You referenced a little bit, like, philosophically, we fundamentally believe that the health and safety of young people is tied to the adults in their life, right? Mom, dad, aunt, uncle, cousin, grandmother, grandfather, coach. And you referenced yourself being a coach, and a lot of our program delivery is done through our coach mentors, and we pair that, we're intentional about using it. Can you talk to us a little bit about, like, the roles that coaches played in your life, and expand a little bit about, like, why it's important for our young people to have quality coach mentors in their life?
That was a real good question, and it took me back. So before I became a councilman, before I was a coach, I was a hoodlum. I was from 54th and Burke Street gang. And Winfield didn't like Overbrook, who didn't like Haddington, who didn't like Felton Street and all of that good stuff, 58th Street. And one day I was cutting class and I was trying to hide, and I ran down the gym, and it was sign up for cross country.
He stumbled into it.
I'm running from the NTA, and I wound up in the gym. And the coach said, "You was running pretty fast. Why don't you sign up?" So I said, "Sign up for what?" And he explained what it was. I said, "All right." So I was so used to running from my neighborhood to the school and getting chased back that I actually could run a little bit. My nickname was Turtle, so that should tell you everything about
slow and steady wins the race.
Slow and steady, that was me. And what happened was, I'm in the gym, we're signing up. I look across the gym, that's the 100th Street boys. And they were signing up too. There's some that boy from Felton Street. He's signing up too. So now, at first we're looking at each other, we ain't trusting each other. But when we went to a track meet, we was team. He's the third leg of the relay. He ain't from it. He's my third leg of my relay. And so that taught us and served us later on. So I'm at a party, I'm in the wrong neighborhood, and I'm about to get it.
That's Turtle over there.
No, that's Turtle. You can't jump him. That's the second leg of the relay.
Right.
And you get a pass.
Right.
Sports.
Sure.
Basketball, baseball, football, track can get you a pass. And what happens out there today is that the kid from Point Breeze sees the kid from Haddington. he was a damn good point guard. I really wish I could have D'd him up, but y'all not gonna kill him tonight.
My father was from the Valley. He was from the other side
I
of
heard
Burke
of that.
Street.
I
He
know
was,
where
he was
that
from
is.
24th and Burke.
I know
So
where that
he's
is.
got the same story. He's got the same story in how sports and mentors and coaches. He played for John Chaney at Simon Gratz. And some of the coaches and mentors, you know, in his life and how it impacted and changed his life. Curious around, like, you know, we're blessed to be in the 4th Councilmatic District, right? And a facility like this and then programming that PYB provides. You've been one of our chief advocates. Can you talk about like the importance of this building in your district and for the city, and talk about just like what you've seen from PYB programming, because you spent a lot of time with us, and particularly when we were doing summer camp at School of the Future. You talk a little bit about that experience? Yeah, sure.
So first I need to say, in City Council, the #1 sports advocate for young people is Isaiah Thomas.
Sure.
I ain't even gonna hold you, Isaiah. If you watch this, I gave it up. But he sets a good example with his summer camp, similar to yours, that he does, that to engage this many young people, to give them something to do during the summer, means everything. Like, if I don't have anything to do, the I don't mind is the devil's workshop is a true statement.
Always.
And so if I got to get up and I got to go play some ball and work out, maybe I won't get high today. If I got to get up early to go practice, maybe I won't stay out all night past curfew. By virtue of the activity, it changes your behavior as a young person. So what this facility does is says that good things can be in the inner city.
Sure.
That it doesn't have to be the Bad News Bears gymnasium, and we got to go out to the suburbs to experience this. This project was a abandoned factory that I toured when it was abandoned. And y'all took me around talking about this is going to be the developmental gym for young people. And I'm like,
Yeah, all right.
I said, I don't know what they were smoking, but it must have been good because.
Smoke of hope.
Yeah, smoke of hope. And I couldn't see it, but you guys saw it. You guys, and if you can see a thing,
Sure.
you can achieve a thing. And so when it started coming together, oh man, y'all put the hustle on the money. I mean, how much was this facility worth?
I know all in with furniture, fixtures, equipment, total demolition and build, it's a $43 million project.
So think about that, 43 million with M in the inner city investment doesn't happen. That is damn near our entire poverty budget. But it's a great investment because how many Allen Iversons, how many Joel Embiids, ain't gonna be no, what's that guy play for LA?
LeBron James, Magic Johnson.
None of them. There's gonna be none of them that come from here.
Yeah.
But think about there's a saying that you should be willing to plant seeds that you will never experience the shade from.
Oh, that's my favorite saying.
You know that, okay.
A society grows great when old women and men plant trees whose shade they know they shall never sit in.
I love this guy, right? So the reason that metaphor is true here is that you don't know 20 years from now, the kid that gets this opportunity winds up winning a NBA championship and remembers this place as his start. And then comes back and becomes you.
Yep, I'll take it even a level deeper. We have the ability to create an environment to create more Councilman Joneses, more Nahaji Crosses, more Eric Worleys, right? And if we do it right, and we think about like this building is going to last well beyond you and I, well beyond this conversation, and if we do it right, that example is supposed to come true. You're looking at the next leader, the next CEO, the next whomever that will run this facility, if we do it right.
But I'm going to tell you this. I'll take the next bus driver.
For sure.
The next teacher, school teacher,
sure.
next coach. You don't have to be LeBron James.
Yeah. Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, Tyrese Maxey. Yeah.
You can be Coach Tucker,
yep.
who gets off every day and
Yep.
comes here and coaches a team.
Yep.
Those are heroes. Those are the fabric of good community.
Those were my heroes growing up.
All day.
All day.
All day. And all they did was go to work,
Yep.
support their family, provide a positive example to young people in the community.
Yep.
Those are the heroes.
Yep.
And if you create out of that group of 200 kids we had out during this tournament, if you create 50% of them, and they're not, will the defendant please rise? We had a good day.
Yeah, for sure. I want to leave out on this note, Councilman, and it's a note of hope. Any sort of last words that talks about just sort of like the strength of our young people, the strength of our communities, that when people watch this, they're encouraged around what's happening in the 4th Councilmanic District across the city, and essentially a message of hope, some of the really quality things that you said.
So what I like about the center and what we do in our district is the basketball activity is the bait, but what we have is one of the best mentorship, internship programs in City Hall. We have done 1,000 interns
Wow.
in the 15 years I've been in office. So some of them are now the Morgan Cephas's,
Yeah,
who are
Morgan's
elected
great.
officials.
Yeah.
Samantha Williams, who's a judge. It's working with them, not just to see when they see you, you're not just an illusion or like sometimes I can be a poster on the wall, but they don't know who I am.
Yeah.
But when they come and become an intern, they say, he likes his coffee with cream and sugar, and he maybe eats too much at lunch, but he's a cool dude.
Dude, yeah.
And he's no different or smarter than I am.
Sure.
And when you start to learn in any internship, whether it's basketball, whether it's politics, the jargon, the rules.
Rules of engagement.
Yeah, the rules of engagement, you can win the game of life.
Facts.
But you got to know the rules. I tell people, like right now, I got on off jeans. I got a sporty OG hat.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I'm a 5-term re-elected dude.
Yeah.
I wear what I want.
Yeah.
And because I do the job.
Yeah.
But you got to do the job first before you can relax a little bit. So I tell them, when you walk in here, you better have a suit and tie on. But I'll buy you the shirt and tie, but you will wear it so that it's okay to rebel, but if you don't even know what you don't know, like that guy that's interviewing you, looking at you, and you ain't had a good common sense to dress up for me for this job.
Yeah.
So we teach those little things. I teach my interns, and this is like basketball, but it's in my court, which is politics. Tell me the facts first, tell me your opinion second, and then I'll make a decision third. Those are the things that they take away. They take those things with them wherever they go. And whenever they become managers, which they do, I look and admire vicariously through their accomplishments and say, I had a little bit to do with that, just like a coach.
Yeah.
When you see somebody get a scholarship, free ride, high score at the basketball game, you take a little bit
absolutely.
of pride with that because you help plant the seed to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
So that,
for sure.
so those things are like very similar. And why I'm very proud of this program is basketball is the big, but dude, this here will take you anywhere in the world you want to go.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we appreciate the time, Councilman Jones. Always a pleasure. We should take this show on the road.
Hey man,
it's a good deal.
Podcast.
Right, it's a good deal.
OG and young.
Yeah, OG and young OG. All right, assalamu alaikum. We appreciate you. And again, we appreciate the partnership. We appreciate all the support, and we love hosting the Shoe Hoops tournament here today.
So I'm gonna give you a whole day, so that we, from year to year, one day a year, and it's all about you.
Yeah.
All about this place.
Yep.
And I will try to, from the perch I sit, tell you, well, that's the connect right there.
Yep.
Here's the plug right there.
Yep.
Make it happen.
Appreciate your support, Councilman.
You got it.
Yep.